Hey fam. Okay, so I was just watching PhilGoodlife, and he had talked about something that was really resonant for me. It's something that I've been doing for a very long time, and it has ended in me being extremely ostracized for being different and quite misunderstood. Now, I completely understand where that comes from personally. I know in the past I've also reacted in certain ways, which allows me to have this kind of an observer way of viewing the reactions. But there are a lot of communities, leaders, mainly I'm noticing within the communities, people are reacting, and then the leaders are reacting because they want to create this safe place for people free of any kind of conflict or perceived conflict. And of course, it's very hard to do when you've got a large number of people to keep the conflict down when there's so many different personalities and stuff going on in one room, and you don't really know who's going to react in what way dependent on their personality, attachments, on their past traumas and triggers and all that sort of stuff, or if they've done the work in order to see it in a different way. And Phil had mentioned how people are wavering away from authenticity, and they are starting to act in a way that is passive or submissive in order to basically not stir the pot, in order to create likability from everybody. There's kind of this construct of fear that's being developed in general population around having a different mindset or a different view of things, and or if there's a reaction, what that then means about the person or the safety of the structure. For me, what I've come to realize in my own studies and in my own observation of this human nature that people are starting to establish, is that there is a specific way in which people feel they can observe something, and there's another way where people feel like it's not worth it to observe. There's this cancel culture, but not in the sense of like relational cancel culture, but cancel culture in being an observer of what is happening, even for ourselves, but also for other people and what they're presenting, and how different interactions are then looked at and understood. There's a type of way where you go in to have this conversation with people, and as soon as you start a conversation, people have a innate idea as to who you are as a person. We start to establish this sense of understanding, but in reality, it's very distorted. It's not the true identity or the true being of who a person is, and or lessons that could be learned from that communication. And there's a lot of fear around allowing somebody to process things and utilize those conversations in a productive way. It gets very distorted because there are a lot of abuse situations where people almost become too passive, or they become too aggressive, or there's no like middle meeting point of this, which I think will take some time to establish and blend. But people are trying to find individuals that are exactly the same as them, and what I'm noticing is that within that bracket, it becomes very hard to see different truths, and it becomes very hard to establish new levels of understanding and to evolve, because it's in those moments of tough conversations and different things of that sort that establishes new sights. So my big thing for you guys right now is that perhaps it's time to be patient with the different elements of observation that you experience. Allow everything that happens to not be a negative or a positive, even. Just allow it to be what it is and learn from that. And I'm not saying that things aren't positive, because I think even some of the things we determine as negative is actually a positive thing. I think everything is really positive in a sense of like progress. You know, positivity for me is progress, is evolution, is understanding. And it's just in your communities and stuff, what I've been trying to process is this mindset and being authentic and living in your truth and allowing others to do the same thing, because it's within that integrity of who you are that you establish so much more trust as well. If you can, give yourself permission to be the observer. Give yourself permission to be the person that doesn't just allow things to happen, but also doesn't take when something happens as this person was wrong or this person was wrong or anything like that. Instead, allow yourself to just be in the moment and really find peace in that. And when you find peace in that, and you find peace in other people's presentation of things, that's where the magic happens. All right, as you guys heard, my grandma called for supper, so I'm gonna go eat now. But I am wishing you guys all the best. And if you have any questions, or if you need support as far as establishing more understanding of your authentic self and asking those questions that are really important when it comes to the curiosity of the world and evolution, reach out, because that's my passion. I'm here to help people evolve. I'm here to help people uncover personal truths and establish that connection again, because spirit's in us all and we all deserve that. We all deserve to live in peace, because I think in this is peace. In this is less reaction and more connection. So, love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you very soon.